Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm the motorcycle rescuer and this is motorcycle rescuer. Yes, welcome back. You can see quite a lot of space over here actually. The zontes sold for every penny of £1,050 last night. Although I threw in free delivery late last night. I was going to do it today and then I thought, nah, let's get it out the way. Nice enough lads, very easy to look at people and think, because there was 3 or 4 of them come down in a group, kind of late teens. Nice to be a little bit wary. Nice. Easy to be a little bit wary, but not actually needed. Very, very nice. That's great news. That's gone. I'm going to put some of them funds aside to see if I can do as I originally said and build up towards the Vespa. In my head, this is what I've got. I could probably put 800 out of that towards the Vespa. This, once ready or if ready, £500 or £600. That would top it up to what, 13, and then if these two APs sell for 300 or 400 on eBay, then what, 14, 15, then 17, etc. And then if at any point we can get spark back on the lexmoto, then that will be another grand. So we're good. We're not in a hugely bad situation. I'm still not keen on that exhaust. Ideally, I'm going to get some black at some point. It's just a bit bright. That's all. But that'll be a good protective coat for the black when it's ready. A couple of bits I need to do on this. These side panels, I spoke to Danny. He thinks he only had one and he says it's in a bad state. I can't find any more online. It's not a shockingly ugly bike without them because the rest kind of manages it. But ideally they would be there. I am watching 2 on eBay at dramatically different prices. But they both look like rights to me, even though one is advertised as left. So I've asked that guy just to recheck that it is a left and not a right. So I could have the 2 rear panels, and it can MOT like this. There's no huge issue there, as long as all the back end is secure, which it is, I think. Maybe. Yeah. It can MOT like this. So that's cool. One of the things I haven't done yet is taking it up and down the street. It's a de-restricted 50cc, so it should be okay-ish up and down the street, but the speedo's not working. So I do think I'm going to warm it up and just take it up and down to make sure it's doing what it's meant to do. It looked great in here and it had good throttle response in here. I just want to check it out there. And one of the other things I'm struggling with, because Danny gave it to me as it is, whatever these size bolts are, all of my bolts, I can't find them. And that's really interesting. I've never struggled to find bolts for any of my bikes because I just pile them up, don't I? I've got bolts in here, you know, whole selection. I've got bolts kicking about all over the place. I really have never struggled to find a set to fit. But I am now. So I am going to trawl through and just get some bolts on it. I did look at Halfords the other day, but their sizes were a bit weird. But we do need to get all the top end kind of seated. Then I want to check the switch. There's something about the switch on this side. I can't hear it or feel it. There may not be one. This switch comes on with the play, so needs adjusting. And the number plate needs to go on at the back, and then that's kind of technically it at this stage. So what's first? I think I want to try and get some bolts in here. It's bothering me. If I can get, you know, 1, 2, if I can get 4, ideally that's perfect, but even if I can get 1 here and 1 down there, that's better than nothing for now. So after a while of searching, I finally have some nuts. There you go, nuts and washers. There's one down there. I'll find one for there, but that absolutely sorts it out, makes it secure. Great. I want the number plate on. It's a bit of a weird, it's a massive system, so it's going to need washers in there, but we'll work that out. Number plate on. That little bottom panel should go on, but really it doesn't go on until the sides are on, and we don't own sides, so it's a bit funny at this point. I'm going to try some cutting compound down here to see if we can ease out some of these scratches. Otherwise we'll touch them up. So we're getting there. So in a minute it will be switches, but let me get, what was I meant to do, what was next? Well, number plate on. While I remember it, guys, couple of shout outs. We got Project Clark 123, that's George. George's been a member of the channel a long time. He runs his own channel, mini channel, I would say, with a lot of shorts on it, so they're quite cool actually. He knows his stuff with mopeds. And his friend or his cousin, who is Mad Mechanic Blogs. Mad Mechanic Blogs. I've watched a little bit of that. Same thing as George. Pretty cool. And then we've got MD Motorcycles, who's Malcolm, again, another longer term viewer. He used to be Piaggio Rescue or Piaggio Saver. That's why I've been completely confused. I thought he was a new member. He's not, he's an old member. MD Motorcycles. Again, lots of shorts, but they're great. Shorts are really good for filling in space. And he's working on his Piaggio, I believe. Malcolm's quirky guy. That's not an insult at all. I hope you don't mind me saying quirky guy. Really interesting. So get on there. MD Motorcycles. And he's got his little channel there. And then just a couple of people who pop up regularly who are really great for morale. Springy, brilliant, really lovely guy. Always messages, always helpful, always supportive. And Lee's been another long-term member of the channel. I just really appreciate people's support when they're chatting and they're helping you think through things and supporting. Because some of these projects, some of these are losing sparks, it can be a right pain in the arse. It can really bug you. So when people are really calmly and gently on there going, have a look at this, Charlie, have a look at that, it's always really helpful. If I've missed out any shout outs, guys, there, put them in the comments of this video, and I'll get them out on the next occasion. Of course, shout outs to my YouTube members. I genuinely can't find the list of who it is, but I can see now by the icons that there's 3 or 4 of you. I am going to find the list somehow, or at least write one down through the icons so that I can give you guys proper shout outs. But thank you all for your monthly membership. Monthly membership is $2.99. It doesn't offer much at this stage. I know I don't sell it well, but I think there are things I can do on there. I think, for example, I can upload the odd video that no one else sees, possibly. So I'm going to look into it a bit more and offer the members something a bit more, I think. So if you are thinking about membership, $2.99 a month, obviously it helps the channel out, it helps keep the videos coming, and I will try and add more benefits to being a member at some point. I think it's ready for a basic test ride, guys, just to see if it's doing the basics of what it should be. Yeah, it's great. Hit 80 mile an hour as well. People buying 50cc's for some reason really really get fixated on exactly what it hits. I don't know, the speedo don't work. you know, 30-35 as they should. De-restricted 30-35. Of course you can mess around with variators and stuff, but I'm not going to. What I might do is clean it, pull it off, give it a clean. What's the bike got mileage wise? 12,000 kilometers, 10,000. I mean, it may not have ever been done before, so I think I might pop the rear case and we'll just give it a bit of a clean. Also, it gives me an opportunity to look at the kick, as it's not really engaging. Although you wouldn't be able to kick with side stand down anyway, unless we cut the switch, which we can do. I think the brake switch is for me now, so I need to get in at the top and have a little look up there. It ran and rode beautifully, and that's with the tyres probably being quite low as well. All of the main lightings work, but of course we do need the brake lights. So this switch is working. Now this switch, how it works is that it is literally a switch there. So at the moment, the handle should sit out a bit more, because the plunger here should push out a bit more, the plunger in there. I'm not saying anything's wrong. What we need to do is, we need to just move the switch, undo this bolt here, move the switch across this way a touch, so that it's closed like this, so that there's more pressure on it in its natural sitting position here. So you undo this, put it across, tighten it back up, and then it should be back to its normal condition. The other side is working like normal, so that's great. And while we're here, we can check the speedo cable down here, and make sure it's turning the clock. If we find that we turn the cable down there and the clock moves and the clock turns, then we know that the cable's okay and the clock's okay, but the drive down here is not. We've seen that before. So let me try and get this kind of sorted, and we'll look at the cable. So that's done now. Extra plate is in there. Now you can hear the click. Look, on, off, on, off, on, off. We haven't messed with the plunger side, we've just padded out and greased here. While I'm in there, you grease top and bottom here just to help it slide. But on, off, on, off, on, off. Just double check that back here. Just make sure it goes off, and then of course the other side works as well. Cool, let's check the speedo cable. So watch the speedo when I turn it by hand. So clocks and cable seem okay. The bottom end might be seized, although it was at a really bad angle here. This routing is at a really kind of uncomfortable cable, and even the actual bolt has slid down, so it hadn't been bolted on. So I'm going to see if I can seat it properly and bolt it on and see if that makes a difference. It might do, it might not. It might be that we've seized in here, which we see sometimes. We do see that happen, but normally if that's happened, the cable snaps. Oh, hang on, the cable has snapped. There you go. Alright, I found our issue. So when I pulled it out through the top, I didn't realise that it's snapped. I don't think I have a spare, but I'm going to have a look just in case. At least we know all we need is a cable at this stage. This is a brand new cable from the packet. I think it's for a Fly, Typhoon. It clips in at the top, but if I can get the actual cable out, I think it should come out from the top. If it happens to be a similar size, I think that might work. I'm going to have a look. That might, in fact, look, if we add the end piece, I think that might work. I'm going to try feed that through and see if we can get it seated it might actually work. It'd be a good fix if it does, because that's been on the shelf for a while. Alright guys, speedo's back and working. That fix worked. It was a little bit too long, but you could trim it down a touch. One thing I noticed back here is that 2 bolts, one here and one here, look, this one's fallen off, so it goes a bit skew with. Simple fix, I'm going to just drill all the way through. I can get to the back here, drill all the way through there and there, and just put a little bolt through it. That'll be absolutely fine and solid. That's what's needed. That's good. Looking at this, actually it's a 50cc. I think 50cc's don't need reflectors, but it wouldn't hurt to put one on. I think there might have used to have been one here, maybe. So I'm going to drill straight through, because I can't get a bolt on there anymore, and put a little bolt through. So with a bit of polishing and a bit of touching up and back to black, I think it's MOT-able. I mean, it's in nice nick, really. I'm pretty sure it's MOT-able, ULEZ compliant, runs well. I'm going to pop the variator off just to give it a clean, because people neglect them, and I like to know that I've had it done. Everything else is good. All the lights work, brakes work, everything works great. Obviously we're missing the side panels, but I don't think they overly impact on the bike. Actually, I think even for 5 or 550 I'd be still quite happy to sell it. Although I am watching 2 panels online, which I will buy if needed. Just for kind of everyone's peace of mind, I am going to get down there and pop that off just to see how we are. I always like to give it a good clean. These bikes are slow enough as it is without having gunked up dirty variators, and it's always good to see. So this part of the video will be how to clean your variator on a Peugeot V-Click.